Well, the thing is, I have this black notebook that I carry with me, and on my way to work or on my way home from the office, I'll sit in the bus and I'll just jot down random thoughts or ideas that are going through my head. They don't have to be lyrics in that sense. It can just be something like when you're observing people, for example, and you see like a couple there that are holding hands and maybe she's crying, but they're still cuddling, and you ask yourself, okay, what's the story behind that, as an example? So I'll jot that down, and then I'll go through it later, and I'll see like, all right, so she's crying. What could she be crying about? Is she comfortable that he's there for her at the moment? Is she uncomfortable? And I'll try and kind of create a story around it. That's one of the processes that I use. So this notebook comes in handy a lot.
So you're a storytelling songwriter.
Not as it varies. Like my process varies from song to song. There are also songs where I already have the lyrics, like in the back of my head, I have them, and then it's just about the fine tuning, like taking in a couple of words or exchanging it. And there are just moments where I might, I'm sitting on the sofa at home, just playing with my guitar, and then I'll find a riff that I really enjoy, and from that point, I'll build everything around it. So it might just be 2 chords, and everything else then kind of fits into the puzzle. And when it's done, I'll look at it and I'll be like, all right, it's good. Let's try recording it. Then I'll record it. I'll fumble around a bit because I have this. It's so hard to explain, but it's not hard to explain. Sorry, I'm contradicting myself right now. But
it's really easy to explain. No, go for it.
There's a very interesting story about Prince as an example.
All right.
So his first album, he basically recorded everything on that album. He played in all of the instruments. He sang on it. Or Prince is a good example. Michael Jackson used to do that with beatboxing, and basically he couldn't play all the instruments, but he could put in the pitch. So his demos were basically a cappella of him, kind of constructing the song, and then later showing the musicians what they actually had to play.
Yeah, he demoed it.
Yeah. So that's basically what I enjoy doing as well. I'll see what would fit. Does a trumpet fit? Do the strings fit? My keyboard is my second best friend at home. And then, from there, I'll look at the lyrics again. I'll be like, all right, maybe this could change a bit, or this could kind of. So I said it's a process that somehow the pieces always fall into place at one point. It can be at the beginning with the lyrics. The lyrics can be solid, or they can come as the last thing as well.
Okay. So no fixed process. And it's not really a process, I'm getting the sense of as well. It's just stuff comes to you, and then you wait till other stuff comes to you, and or do you really have to hack away at it? And do you bother a song, or do you just walk away and wait for it to bring you the next?
Well, I bother a song for a bit. So for a while, I'll be playing. Let's say I start with a chord or a chord progression. I'll be playing this chord progression, then I might start humming a bit to it to see how it might fit lyrically. Then at some point I'll kind of have the feel for a song. So as a good example, the other night I was just fiddling around, and my girlfriend was with me at the moment, and I was just fiddling around, and she goes, she really likes the melody that I'm playing on the guitar. And I said, yeah, it's really nice, and I already kind of have a feeling to it. It reminds me of a kind of, let's say, dark and gothic kind of thing, like not goth music, but we were sitting there and she goes, what do you mean? I said, well, just as an example, as a story, imagine it's a story of 2 young lovers who, basically the progression is that he starts saying, meet me between like the rows of corn, at midnight, so we can, see each other one last time, hold each other, blah, blah, blah. And the story develops out of that. And then this, it goes on to the next thing where he goes, meet me outside again so we can see each other one last time because your father doesn't approve of me, da 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 da. And then I said, and then the last chorus, it's like this big movie twist where it's not meet me outside between these like grains of corn is what I said. It's meet me beneath the grains of corn where, you know, like I'm lying right now while your father's like washing up in the kitchen and you're like 500 feet away from where I've basically been buried, you know? My girlfriend and me was like, no, that's too dark.
Stephen King!
That's too dark, you know? But that's kind of the process that works. And then, you know, I'll also get feedback from people and say, all right, maybe I can change that. Maybe it doesn't have to be that dark.
But I don't have to get killed by someone's dad.
Maybe you don't have to get killed by, you know.
I don't hate it.
Exactly.
I have to tell you, I don't hate it. It's an idea. Cool.